come here.
Get out of line, both of you.
Hey,
Both of you.
I was here first. They told me that we had to be here on time. I got here on time. I was in line. I came from work. I got my son. I was here on time. We were here on time.
That night, Chris and his son huddled together in the subway station restroom, using toilet paper to cushion the floor. When someone knocked on the door, Chris covered his son's ears and braced his legs against the door to keep it shut. This strong man finally broke down and cried, desperately trying to muffle his sobs. The next day, he went back to work as if nothing had happened. After work, he took his son to seek help from social services, but they only accepted women and children. Chris then headed to a homeless shelter, where the line stretched from the front door all the way down the block. A social worker came out and announced there were only 4 spots left. Suddenly, a homeless man cut in line. When Chris tried to reason with him, the guy started throwing punches. The social worker told them both to leave. Chris was furious, but fortunately, someone spoke up and confirmed that the man had indeed cut in line. Chris and his son were allowed in. After getting his child settled for the night, Chris stayed up repairing the Skinner by the faint glow of streetlights coming through the window, studying late into the night. During the day, he worked hard at the office. After work, he and his son would race to secure a bed at the shelter. When they couldn't get one, they'd sleep in public restrooms again. When they did get a spot, they'd eat with hundreds of other homeless people in the crowded, smelly dining hall. Chris never stopped studying. On exam day, Chris quickly finished and handed in his paper. In the elevator, someone next to him said the test had been too easy. Chris replied that he thought the essay questions were really tough. The guy suddenly realized there were essay questions and rushed back to finish them. When Chris got downstairs, his boss unexpectedly asked to borrow $5. Chris hesitated but ultimately lent him the money. He went to the hospital to sell his blood and used the cash to buy a light bulb for repairing the Skinner. Chris finally got the machine working again. Soon after, Chris sold the Skinner. His son was thrilled for his father. That night, they finally checked into a motel. They fell asleep in chairs while watching a movie. Finally, the last day of the internship arrived. The manager suddenly called for him. Chris knew what this meant. His supervisor wanted to have a talk with him. His nerves suddenly kicked in. He took off his glasses, put on his jacket, and walked into the office trying to look calm. After Chris sat her down, his boss cracked a joke.
I thought I'd wear a shirt today. Being the last day and all.
Well, thank you. Thank you. We appreciate that. But, wear one tomorrow, though, okay? Because tomorrow's going to be your first day. If you'd like to work here as a broker. Would you like that, Chris?
Chris was speechless. His eyes went wide as he nodded repeatedly, fighting to keep the tears from falling. When they shook hands, tears were already streaming down his face. As he started to leave, the boss called him back and returned the $5. Chris walked with long, confident strides because happiness had finally knocked on his door. In the crowd outside, Chris clapped enthusiastically. He was crying, but he was happier than anyone around him. The movie ends with the happy father and son walking through the beautiful city. A black man passes by is the real-life inspiration for this story. Chris Gardner. Today, he's a millionaire. 0.